It's been a few days now. I still haven't weighed in on Israel-Palestine. I honestly don't know who to post. Usually it's easy. BLM, bang. Ukraine, bang. Bang. Hey, did you do your Israel-Palestine post yet? I've never missed a stand. So who'd you go with? I look at my phone, I see a lot of Republicans supporting Israel. So I go, maybe stay away from that. Then I see a lot of the people we've been calling supporting Palestine. But then get this, the people that we've been calling them with are happy Israel's getting attacked. Riddle me that. But there really is no easy answer here. I was at the front lines of getting mad at Kanye West when he was doing the anti-Semitism stuff. Everyone was thanking me for standing up for the Jewish community. So naturally, I'm seeing this happen. I go, okay, we're back with the Jews again. I see Kylie Jenner post for Israel. I think, okay, the word's in. Then boom, she's getting killed on every angle. So it's not Israel. So I start doing a bit more research. I'm seeing queers for Palestine. And generally, you want to be on the side of the queers. If you look at the things, you're not going to get in trouble if you go with what the queers are saying. Then Mia Khalifa, who we obviously support, is posting with the queers. And she's getting fired from her job. The whole reason I'm posting this is to get in better standing with my job. And by the way, I started to see that your silence is noted post popping up. So we're running out of time here.
Hey, it doesn't matter what you stand for. It matters what you get out of it. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name is Zurkanowski here of wearechange.org, and there's some absolutely wild and berserk news to get into today. Not just on the House floor with the U.S. representatives going at it, but of course with the larger, bigger proxy war that now the world might be fighting very soon. As of course, we have escalating of tensions between Israel and Iran. The future doesn't look so bright, as of course, there's a lot of lies, there's a lot of disinformation, and we are going to be doing everything in our power to try to uncover it all while covering all the latest news. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, that's very fitting for what's recently been happening. You could get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com, and the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast was just a short clip from a longer video from the comedic genius himself, Ryan Long, who outdid himself absolutely satirically making fun of a lot of the people who are on the fence now, just trying to decide what side they are going to be on with this larger geopolitical conflict unfolding right now in the Middle East. With one commentator saying this isn't a sketch, this is what Ryan genuinely is going through. Definitely go out there and support Ryan Long. The clip to his full video will be down in the description below, as our modern day society is definitely worth making fun of, especially with the latest political developments of Cenk Uygur of the Young Turks announcing that he wants to be the president of the United States and will actually be challenging Joe Biden in the Democratic primary, which the establishment will make sure never happens. This has Cenk announced on his show this Wednesday, a challenge to a senile old man who represents the perfect puppet for the globalists, as now more and more progressives are calling for Joe Biden to drop out of the presidential 2024 run, as they look like they probably will be getting obliterated. As the polls currently right now show a huge favor for Republicans, no matter who they are, as it's fair to say that this administration definitely isn't all there. Another thing that isn't all there is a House Speaker in the U.S. House of Representatives. This as currently there are votes underway to make U.S. Congressmember Steve Scalise of Louisiana as the next Speaker of the House, replacing Kevin McCarthy, that was kicked out of the position by proud Florida man and Congressmember Matt Gaetz, who now is professing that he has no plans to end his life after Hillary Clinton announced that there needs to be a backlash against him for stopping politics as usual. As of course, Kevin McCarthy's favorite position was on his back as the Democrats were having their way with him and this country, which Hillary Clinton is really upset that she didn't get to proverbially finish rear-ending this former speaker and this country. I hope you don't get any images from that. This as in related underhanded moves made by politicians. Dan Crenshaw was recently seen on video trying to trip up a reporter that was asking some inconvenient questions with his ties to, of course, John McCain. And what did you expect from professional criminals that call themselves Congress members? As of course, it is your duty to protect yourself from their incursions on your liberty and finances. And one way to do that is, of course, to sign up to LukeUnfiltered.com, our own quasi-secret, not-so-secret society, where we are going to be doing a very important video on later today, which we cannot talk about here on this particular broadcast. That conversation available only for members. And at the same time, don't forget to check out wearechange.shop, where we have some really incredible products available for you guys that we personally developed, that we personally produce. One of them is takecalm.com, which of course is our own particular blend of hemp, full spectrum hemp, 1,000 milligrams, grown, made, produced, and manufactured here inside of the United States. Something that I personally use if I need help sleeping, if there's a little bit of an inkling of anxiety, if I'm nervous or anxious before giving a huge speech in front of people. I usually take this. It helps me out a lot. I've tested a lot of these particular products, and I truly do believe this is the best one out there on the market. And of course, do your own homework, do your own research, check out takecalm.com. We have a handy video that you could watch here that will tell you all about it, as it really helps me, and I believe it will help you. And you can now start your own independent health journey right now on wearechange.shop. See you there right after this broadcast. As of course, any order over $50 right now gets free shipping and handling. And truly, some of the best stuff out there on the market. Check it out right now by clicking the link down in the description below. As of course, a lot of people should be taking calm, especially with the developments of what's happening all around the world, as we got more crazy images coming from Israel showing bombs being prepared that will soon be dropped on Gaza, as currently we are getting some videos from the region showing a complete blackout as generators have run out of gas. Water, electricity, and food is being cut out from the region, as some people are even using this opportunity to mock all the Palestinians right now that are going through an extremely awful situation and are being held responsible for the actions of a government that was helped put into place by the United States and Israel. Again, you look at the starting of Hamas, especially with what was happening with Yasser Arafat, and man, you got yourself a crazy story. This, as some political and military experts are detailing how there's a plan by Israel to, quote, starve off Hamas with this blockade, with this denial of energy, water, and food. Wait until they are desperate, they are tired, they are weak, and then Israel will be sending in their troops into the region with what many people expect to be a major offensive, directly responding to the human atrocities that Hamas has caused the Israeli citizens just a few days ago. This, as a lot of people are making the counter arguments that Hamas has actually been using water pipelines in order to build rockets, which of course later are being fired at Israel, highlighting a video even that Hamas released themselves, repurposing water pipelines that were given to them through foreign aid and then being used to launch missiles into civilian territories. And again, Hamas's absolute disregard for civilian life definitely deserves to be called out here, but as many people are making the point here, especially individuals like Shoeonhead, who said, quote, "As an American, I frankly couldn't imagine having my water shut off every time my country did a war crime." As of course, it is important to note here that a lot of innocent civilians are being caught up in this madness inside of Palestine who aren't fans of Hamas, but are paying the ultimate price for living in a territory that is represented by them. As of course, it's also important to note here that the more there are violations against the innocents here, the more the international community is going to be responding here. As of course, Al Jazeera is reporting that the Iranian foreign minister just issued a statement saying, quote, "If Israel does not stop its attacks on civilians in Gaza, the region will face, quote, new situations." hinting at a response from the Iranian government that already has been involved in many proxy conflicts between Israel and themselves. This as the Syrian government is detailing how Israeli missiles have actually hit two of their major airports a day before the Iranian minister was due to fly in, highlighting a very dangerous situation where we soon might face a total escalation of this conflict between Iran and Israel, a country that now is becoming also closely aligned with Saudi Arabia, that of course have started to restore their ties together with the help of China. They recently ended the war in Yemen, and the Iranian president just officially talked with the Saudi crown prince, as of course the two are allied when it comes to their geopolitical opposition towards Israel in the region. As of course Iran and Saudi Arabia are major energy producers on the world stage, especially now with Russia being embargoed. All of this as the price of energy and oil has been going up dramatically within the last few days, and probably going to be going up further from here, as of course the United States is in a very interesting predicament, specifically when it comes to energy resources and them buying it while creating conflicts with the countries that produce it. How do you rectify that problem when clearly the United States is on the side of Israel here? Well, that's a problem that a lot of people might be facing the true repercussions from very soon, as of course financially the picture doesn't look that opportunistic for everyone involved here. As it's pretty clear here, there's going to be a lot more escalations from here. There's going to be a lot more conflict, and we could only hope more countries are not involved. This as the current U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken just met with the Israeli Prime Minister, offering his full support with huge amounts of military aid and finances to the Israeli people, as major payloads and plane loads of heavy-duty military equipment was just shipped over to Israel, as that country prepares for a major significant military operation in the region. All of this as geopolitically the lines are being drawn for a potential global conflict, as Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, just called on world leaders to visit Israel to show solidarity to that particular country, as of course Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, has lent a lot of vocal support for the Palestinians. Very interestingly, we did see a lot of criticism of the Israeli government by the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, who criticized Benjamin Netanyahu for, quote, not being prepared here, as the New York Post is also reporting how Egypt specifically warned Israel of this attack days before it happened, warnings that, of course, were ignored by the Israeli state. Donald Trump is calling this a, quote, intelligence failure, and whatever you might be thinking about this specific event here, the words of the former president of the United States are very critical of the current Israeli government, which is a surprise here, as of course Slender Man, or as otherwise known as Jared Kushner, just released a statement detailing how he hopes and prays that Donald Trump is reelected in 2024 because of how, quote, Donald Trump helped the Middle East while in office. Jared Kushner being the same man who, of course, did a record huge weapons deal for Saudi Arabia that he bragged particularly about helping them achieve, as of course now the latest technological weapons and tools might potentially be soon turned on Israel, with the possible help of Iran, outlining a very horrendous situation that I don't think is going to get any better here. Now, as we have the blockade of Gaza, as the Israelis prepare for their major military escalation, what will be the response to it? Well, only time will tell. But if the writings are on the wall here, especially with Hamas calling for a day of action this Friday the 13th, I think it's fair to say that the situation isn't looking too good, to be completely honest with you. What do you think the situation is going to turn out to be? Let me know down in the comment section below. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys actively watching and supporting me. I know there's a lot of talks about babies. We're going to be talking about those babies and what happened to them on lukeunfiltered.com, since, of course, it is not an appropriate topic to talk about here on this family-friendly broadcast. That is only possible because of your support. One way to support us is lukeunfiltered.com. New video available for you there right now. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, and this is why. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on We Are Change. unraveling.org.